Hey guys, so today I'm going to be answering some of your questions from the Q&A video that I posted a few days ago. And in advance, I'm sorry if I say any of your names wrong. Some of them are kind of hard to pronounce. Also, some of the questions people ask the same question and they kind of overlap. So I'm going to do my best to answer them all without repeating myself too much. So let's get started. Howard Pittman says, have you been in a band or are you in a band currently? Actually, yes. Before I started skating again this last time, which was about a year and a half ago, I was in a band we played some shows and did some tours around California and whatnot. And I've kind of been in and out of bands since I was in high school. I mean, if you didn't know, I play guitar mainly. I do play other instruments, but yeah, I've been playing guitar in bands for, I don't know, in and out for the last bunch of years. Aiden Barron says, who were some inspirational skaters for you when you were new to skating? And also, how long did it take for you to learn kickflips? Some inspirational skaters when I was new to skating? It was probably, let's see, some guys way back in the day. It was probably from some of the first skate videos I saw, which would have been people like Jamie Thomas and Mike Carroll probably. And for kickflips, it took me about 6 months to really get kickflips until I could actually do them for real without like touching my heel or something like that. Yeah, 6 months to actually get kickflips clean and be able to do them if I wanted to. Tyler Grog says, who's your favorite transition skateboarder, favorite street skateboarder, and favorite all-around skateboarder? So for transition, I would probably say right now, Ben Rayborn is obviously awesome at transition skating. I'm also into guys like Jaws. He's a pretty good transition skater, and Dave Gravette is a lot of fun to watch. For street skating, it kind of is split up into like who is cool right now, like the new guys, but then there's gonna always be the classics. For the classics, there's always, like who I said before, Jamie Thomas and Mike Carroll, and people like Chris Cole. I mean, he's still around now, but he's just been awesome forever, and I've just always liked him. For the newer guys, I'm really into Brandon Westgate. Just watching him is awesome. And for the same reason I like him, I'm really into Luan right now because just the speed and the power, it's just the craziness of the tricks. It's awesome to watch. And then for all-around skateboarder, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, pretty much all those guys, like who's that mixed together? I don't know. Kind of into everyone. There's not many skaters I don't like. Let's just put it that way. Clark Tracy says, did you used to skate stairs, rails, and ledges? Yeah, actually back in the day, I used to skate stairs and gaps a lot. I was never too much into grinds just because there wasn't much to do around where I live. A few people had flat bars and I would skate those. I could do some tricks and like there was one ledge. And but I mean, I wasn't really too into that, but I was definitely into stairs. I was just not even doing crazy tricks down them, but just like finding a big stair set and trying to ollie it. I was really into that. I think I even had some really like bad quality clips of me skating from stairs. Maybe I'll put those up somewhere, but yeah, I was definitely into stairs back then. Chris Brandt says, what was your worst slam and what trick were you trying? I haven't had too many bad falls really skateboarding, especially now that I skate just flat. But back in the day, the one that actually sucked the most because it kept me from skating for a while was I was switch kickflipping those same loading docks, and I hadn't really done switch tricks down anything bigger than like a curb back then. So I went to do it, and I flipped my board and it did the full switch flip rotation, but it actually went one too far, and I landed on it like perfectly if the board was straight up. So my foot was right on the wheels and it just slipped off the wheels and it just rolled really bad because it was coming off that loading dock. And I don't know what happened to it. It just like snapped, and I don't know if I broke it because I never went to a doctor, but it sucked because I couldn't walk for maybe 2 weeks and I couldn't skate for maybe 2 months. And that was the worst one because even now I have like that mental block where I'm worried when I try and do anything bigger than like a 3-stair. I'm worried that I'm gonna hurt myself or roll my ankle again. So that one really messed with me, and that was definitely the worst one. The one and only King Barney says, well, he has a few questions. One, who's your favorite skater? I kind of already answered it, but I'll give you someone else. I'm really into Leo Romero. he used to have some crazy parts with some crazy handrails, and he was a lot of fun to watch. I haven't seen anything from him recently, but I used to like him. Let's see, he also said, when did you land your first Ollie, kickflip, and tray flip? First Ollie took me about, I think it was a month, I don't remember. Kickflips, like I said before, it took me about 6 months to actually do it, which seems like a long time nowadays. And for tray flips, that was the kind of trick that like I hadn't really thought of because I thought it was just too advanced for me back then. So like I wasn't trying to do them. I could do varial flips, and I didn't really try for maybe like a year or longer. But then once I actually kind of understood the scoop of the board, I got tray flips within like a few months of trying them, but that was like a year and a few months into skating. And his last question is, how about just a life story video, like telling us more about yourself? That's actually something I've been thinking about doing just kind of for fun, but I don't really know how to present it. Like, I don't know if people still like do those draw my life videos or whatever they're called, or I don't know, make a video talking, but it kind of seems weird. But I totally want to do that, but maybe you guys leave a comment, tell me what you think. Should I do, like, what style should I do for that video to present some things? I have some fun stories and some explanations of like how I am where I am now and all that kind of stuff. Freaky Fresh Boy, aka Big Sean, says, in your opinion, what's the hardest trick you've landed, and who's your favorite skater? Hardest trick that I think I've landed it was probably, just judging by the amount of time that it took me to land it, was probably the Nollie 540 double flip, just because that was like hours, literally hours of sessions. I did that maybe for weeks trying that trick, and even then I didn't get a completely clean one out of it, so I don't know. I would have to say that's my hardest one that I've tried. Dat Skate Life says, how old are you? Actually, in July I just turned 28, which I know is a billion years old, but I try and feel young, so I don't know. ATWS Leo says, do you like Pearl Jam? They're one of those bands where like I know that they're probably all over the radio and I've probably heard them, but I couldn't tell you what they sound like. I don't think I've ever actually heard them. I don't know. I'll check them out and I'll let you know. Alan Melendez says, did you go to college? I'm actually in college right now, and I probably should have been graduated a while ago already, but that kind of goes along with like that whole life story video. Like, I have my reasons, but I'm in college right now. I've been in it for a few years, and I'm hopefully going to be done soon. I kind of got a late start on that, and I'm working on it as we speak. So yeah, I'm in the midst. Peter Henry asks, he has a few questions. I already answered some of them, so I'm just gonna do the ones that I haven't answered yet. What is your favorite shoe and why? And how long does those lunar one-shots last? As you probably noticed, I tend to skate the same shoes over and over again, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're my favorite. I just kind of have like this problem where if I get used to something in skating, especially either shoes or a type of deck, then I'm afraid to switch it because I'll feel like I won't be able to skate properly after that. So I tend to get the same thing over and over again, and it takes me a while to get out of that. But so for favorite shoes, by default, I have to say the lunar one-shots, just because it's what I've been skating for the last 3 pairs. But that's not necessarily true. I'm about to try a new pair for my next shoes, so we'll see if I like those better. And for how long those last, they last me, kind of depends on how new my grip tape is and what kind of tricks I'm trying, but anywhere between 2 and 5 months. But that's with a lot of shoe goo, and yeah, like I said, depends on the grip tape. He also asked favorite trick and the coolest trick I've seen so far. Favorite trick probably would be, right now, Impossibles. They've been my favorite trick for a while, just because they're like the one trick that I can get maybe like 9 out of 10 tries and just do them every time, and they feel really cool. Coolest trick I've seen by someone else or by myself. By someone else, that's hard to say. There's so many cool things all the time. I'm really into like the big stuff, like Jaws doing a crazy gap. Those are really cool to watch, but I'm also really into like the NBD, like tech kind of crazy tricks, so it's too hard to pick just one. And he also asks, can you do late flips? No, I can't, but I'm trying them right now. They're hard. I don't know why I can't do them. And what's your complete skateboard setup? Well, right now I have ATM Click Deck Thunder Trucks, Bones STF wheels. They're 53 milliliters, and Bones Reds. And yeah, and I think Iron Horse grip tape. And his last question was, do you have any sponsors at this moment? And the answer is no, I don't. Never really been looking for too much in the way of sponsorship, just because I'm kind of like pragmatic about it, and I know that you don't get sponsored for skating in your driveway. So maybe after I put like my street part together, we'll see. I'm not gonna really go out looking for anything, but yeah, we'll see. Ben H asks, what's your go-to trick for anything? Well, like I said, I really like impossibles because they were like one of my most consistent tricks. But I feel like you can't go wrong with just a good old-fashioned kickflip. Omar Alf says, what inspired you to come back to skating? And what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? I don't really know what inspired me to come back to skating. I think it was just a mix of things. I wasn't in a band anymore, so I had free time. I had just gotten a GoPro as a birthday present, so I was like, I have something to film with, and I just had the skateboard sitting there. One day I just picked it up and decided to see what I could do, and I realized that I could still do some tricks, so I filmed them and got me kind of excited, and that made me start posting videos on Facebook, which was my resolution videos. It was like January 1st, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna post a new video every day of a different trick, just to like get back into it just for fun. And that's what eventually got uploaded to YouTube and continued on as the resolution series, which made all of this happen and why I'm here right now. He also said, opinion on skateboarding in the Olympics. Is that a thing? I haven't heard of that. All right, I don't know if they're gonna do that, but I don't know. I know a lot of people are against the big like corporate street league competitions, that kind of stuff, because it's like takes away from the heart of skateboarding and it's all about money and stuff like that. But I don't know. Is that how it would be in the Olympics? Do they do like big endorsement stuff like that? Probably. I don't really see it. I'm not a fan. I know that I went to Street League and I'm a hypocrite because I wear Nikes or whatever, but skateboarding in the Olympics just seems too, I don't know, too disingenuous. And I of course it'd be like good coverage, like Skateboarding International, like everyone would probably get in on it, but I feel like that could bring as much good as it does bad in terms of like, I don't know, all the fake people coming into it. I don't know. Not my style. He also said, biggest battle / most intensive and most tiring trick to learn, Nollie 540 double flip. But recently that back foot laser heel flip thingy, whatever that was called, that was pretty hard, and I didn't even land that clean, so that was a really hard one. Street or park? Street, definitely. I suck at skate parks. Indoor or outdoor? Outdoor. Never skated indoors, except for in my living room, just for fun. And lastly, favorite skate part / video? That is pretty hard to pick. Favorite video though, easy. Transroll to Modus Operandi. It's my very first skate video I ever saw, and it was just what introduced me to skateboarding, and it was just the best. I don't think I could pick a favorite part. Andrew Reynolds from Baker 3, good one. Mark Appleyard from Sorry. There's too many to list, I don't know.